Honest J. Nowak. Coming at you live. Alright. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. Yeah, so pretty much what I got to talk about today is indeed something much different than others. Different of all sorts of things, and that of course would be number 883, money orders. Because why not? Now, when discussing money orders, at first I myself didn't really know how to describe it with my own words and knowledge. But when I eventually got to know about money orders, I got rather excited getting to know the fact that apparently it's way simpler than you might think about it. When you compare most payment sources of all sorts, cash, check, credit, debit, etc., you typically have it in all sorts of ways that you can potentially use it to your advantage as a way to take on the economy as it currently is by this point. But money orders, as a matter of fact, are a bit different than most others. They're not necessarily used as much due to being not very convenient, but when you really get to know about it, the kind of research that people have taken on about it at a financial level, it actually does have a rather effective way to make money easier for you. There are, in fact, a lot of added benefits about this when you compare it to most other payment sources, such as the fact that, well, because it's not a check, even though it is itself a paper document, cashiers and all sorts will be able to take this sort of payment of all sorts. And let's not forget that this sort of paper documentation is actually safer than most other paper documents relating to legal tender or financial purpose, including paper bills. So cash and bills themselves, of all sorts of things, they do have a lot of nice places to be in, especially in the financial world, but money orders are in fact a bit more effective than what you might think about it. We also can't forget that there's a bunch of other things about it. The most important thing to know about this type of money payment is that, well, it's rather easy to put together. You just simply give a good amount of cash together to the cashier whom you're willing to put in a good money order towards. And then of course there actually is typically a service fee that gets put into place. So you also have to keep extra cash handy for that payment as well. But by the time it's all over, you have yourself a paper check like piece of payments that you are able to use at any point you feel like. So again, I myself am more than excited to actually utilize money order to my advantage, especially if there are ginormous amounts of paper checks or bills lying around where they could easily get found and stolen. So having myself just one tiny slip of paper with every single bill on it at once, how could I not ever use this to my advantage? How on earth could I pass this thing kind of up? Of all sorts of things, the money order really is easier, safer, and more effective than most other payment sources of all sorts of things. And that's probably where it is at for me. So now, well, that's just pretty much where I'm at this point in time. But don't worry, I will have more other stuff here to talk about on HJN and otherwise. And if you want to see more go down on my channel, then make sure that you'll like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.